Hey guys, welcome back. My name is PK from Almost Inevitable Design. That's my website. So, what happened recently is this happened Breakdance. Now, first of all, I think that's a great domain name, and I heard from the developer, lead developer, I don't know, developer guy, Lewis, that they bought this domain for $42,000. All right, so what happened is this is that way. So this is a new page builder from Soflyy. And if you've heard of Soflyy, you would have heard of them from the company behind the Oxygen Builder. And Oxygen Builder is technically a pretty advanced builder in terms of allowing a lot of customizations and allowing a lot of extra functionality code to be run directly in the builder. So that's why I think it's a more advanced professional builder, and they have decided that it would be great to take their know-how and their UI user interface and put it into a different type of builder, which is targeted at the crowd that would use more visual, um, easier in terms of using the modules type of builder. So basically, what people would see from Elementor or Divi or possibly even Beaver. Now, when I say I don't actually mean Elementor is more basic, because there are a lot of stuff that you can do with Elementor Pro or still with also with Divi, and it has all the advanced functionality, not all, but a lot of the advanced functionality that you would need to build a full-fledged, well-running WordPress website, technically. But Oxygen is different because it allows a lot more extra customization ability. That's not a word. Customizations that is possible. All right, so I just, as you can see here, I have signed up and I have downloaded it. I don't know where that. No, it's not here. Anyways, I've downloaded it, and we're gonna have a look. All right, so this is Alpha 1, so it's not ready for actual production, proper release yet, but we are allowed to have a sneak peek with the alpha. It's free, and I've also heard that if you have an Oxygen subscription lifetime or whatever subscription, then you are allowed 1 year of breakdance. Now, a little bit of history, a little bit of background on my review. Technically, this is not the first time that I'm installing it on a website, because I've already tried it, as you can see here, on localhost. Right now, I got this error, and I put that on the the Breakdance Facebook group, and Lewis was kind enough to help understand what the problem was, and it was because, as you see here, localhost 8888 Breakdance, this is in a subfolder, and the Ajax was trying to request from the root, and that's why I was getting this error. So what I'm going to do, what I've done, well, he suggested that I use local until they push out the fix in the next version, but I didn't want to install local, so what I did was I just installed it on a server that I have live, so we won't have this problem. Okay, so we're going to try it again. All right. Now, as you can see, like I've tried it and it works great. So I'll get into this in a minute, but right now, here's a brand new, fresh WordPress installation, and we're going to start here. Okay. So a little bit of background on how I develop things. A long time ago, I used to put content into layouts easily with Divi, but that was up to from between Divi 1 to 3, and after Divi 4, I just couldn't deal with Divi, so I went to Oxygen, and I've been using Oxygen ever since. Now, in the meantime, I've sort of gotten myself into I don't know, learning, practicing enough that I can make my own custom themes. And that's why I use Underscore and I make custom themes. Now, just a quick plug, because this is my video in the end, right? I have a lot of web development courses, and some of them are, well, one is about making custom themes, and one is about SaaS. So what I do is I lay things out in whatever page builder, and it really doesn't matter for me in the end because I can use laying things out is easy. You don't actually have to use a lot of the page builder settings or like the settings, like the customizations and all that. Not all the features. All I need to do is just have an HTML front end that I can style with Sass. That's usually what I do. And as long as the code is easy to understand, clear, and efficient, then it's really easy to style it all in Sass, and it works out really well. So that development process works really quickly, efficiently, especially if you're building brochure websites, quick websites. If you're building like really client-friendly, unbreakable websites, then custom themes are the way to go. And that's why I started doing that. And though that's how I developed. Those are my two tiers of development. I used to have like quick layouts with a page builder or full on custom top to bottom, right? So I used to use Divi, like I said. Now I use Oxygen. The approach is pretty much the same. I don't buy any add-ons. I don't do anything extra. I just install whatever page builder it is, add the content, whether it's images or text or whatever, dynamic content, whatever it is, it goes in there and it's all styled on the front end. Okay, so that's how I develop. All right, now that I know is most likely different from how other people develop because everybody has their own style. I tend to do this because in the end, all I get is just one really nice minified CSS file that I can include, whether it's done through a child theme or whether it's done through a plugin or even in the builder itself. Like Oxygen allows for style sheet files to be uploaded. I do that and that's it. So everything is packaged into one. The style sheet is all there and it is done to a very, very detailed level because I go off of design client approved design proofs and not, feeling it out and testing, playing around in the visual builder and seeing what works. So it's a little different the way that I build things. So it might not, my review and my opinions and my development style might not be the same as you. I'm not saying anything is right or wrong. For me, this works really well and I think I'm right, but everybody has their own reality. That's fine. This might not be for you. This might be for you. We'll see how that goes, okay? But let's get into this and let's have a look at Breakdance. Now, like I said, this is not my first time getting into it. This is my second time, but I'll just go over everything that I did, not in the same way, but sort of, okay? So here is the downloaded zip file that you get from when you sign up for Breakdance and you make an account. They give you a free download. It's 1.0.0. And I unzipped this because it said with sub plugins, so I wasn't sure what it was because I thought it would have more zip files in there so I can upload a few different plugins, but apparently you see this, that's just the plugin PHP. That's all you need to run a plugin. Everything is in folders. So apparently that's not how that works. So I just upload this and that's it. So that's what we're going to do. Go to plugins and add new, upload plugin. Drop that in there. It should work. I should have paused this video actually, but if I knew this was uploaded, this would take so long to upload. But how big is that file? I don't know why it's, yeah. Let me just find that file for you. Oh, there we go. It's up there. Okay. Um, Breakdance. All right. It is. How big is this? Get info. Eight and a half megabytes. Okay. It's not. Yeah. Anyways. All right. Activate. And what we get is this splash screen that asks us if we want to use a theme or not. They want us to disable a theme. Now, this is not anything new. Elementor goes off of hello. I actually had used to make a custom hello child theme just to have, instead of using a plugin, custom plugin with Oxygen, if I was using Elementor, because I had to for a long time, not a long time, but half a year, almost exclusively Elementor. Anyways, so I made a custom hello theme, custom hello child theme that included everything that I needed in the functions PHP. You can do that. You can do the same like I did with Oxygen. You can use a custom plugin for yourself if you want, and you can just use a theme. So you can keep the theme. They have their own theme that they suggest using. It's called the Zero Breakdance or something like that. But we're going to disable the theme because it says recommended, and it pretty much works like Oxygen does, where it just disables the theme itself. License key. I don't have that with me right now because it's here somewhere, I'm sure. But I'm just gonna finish the setup, and here we are. Okay, now I'm gonna see if this templates and headers page works. Yes, all right, that's good. Okay, great. Because last time I was here, I couldn't do anything. All right, so let's have a look. All right. There's a product. These are for Woo, post archive, 404, and search results. All right. Let's add page. Oh, cool. Yep. All right. Now, one thing that I've noticed is that their documentation doesn't have anything yet. So, documentation I know is really important, and it's a great learning resource. This has all the stuff that it looks like it's gonna be populated, but for now, nothing there. See, it's gonna nothing there. So I came here to look for some solutions. I couldn't find it before because I had that problem with the installation. But now it seems to work. So let's see. Oh, cool. All right. So let's go everywhere because we're gonna make a header. I don't know, header and content. Yeah. So new. Thing is, it's good if you think about it because this sort of works in a similar way as Oxygen does, but it's in a slightly easier interface, I hope, I guess. So edit in Breakdance, and let's see what we got. Cool. And we get, once that calms down, a blank screen. Wonderful. All right, so what I've found is like there's global settings, classes and selectors, history preferences, all that kind of stuff. Yep, of course I always keep it in dark mode. So there's a few things here that I think work really well. That's great. They did a pretty good job. And structure, I usually keep this open, and now we can add modules, right? So let's see what we got. Let's start with the section. That is a very big section. Do we have? Oh, this is what I really like. Now, one thing that I've noticed, which is unfortunate, is that you can add CSS here directly, similar to what Elementor does. A lot of stuff here is similar to Elementor, but I feel it has better UI than Elementor because Elementor modules sometimes has the settings in different places, and it's hard to find things at times, which I am definitely not happy about. So there are some things that I'm annoyed with from Elementor, and look at that. Yeah, there are some things that I'm annoyed with Elementor, and this has less of it. Okay, so that's great because one of the most important things that I really like to have with a wrapper or container is the max width and min width, all this min width size. That's good. Okay, so you can add custom CSS directly here, I guess. One thing that I did notice here is you cannot add more than one. So 1, 2, this doesn't work. You see that? It doesn't work. Not a valid class name. You can't add more than one at once. You got to add them one at a time because it works similar to how Oxygen does. So you add one. Oh, can't press enter. Yep. So you have that, and then now you can style this like you do with Oxygen. Did I say Elementor before? But anyways, Oxygen. So you can style the classes directly here. I tend to use my classes sort of as sort of in a, you know how in Oxygen there's this add-on called automatic CSS. That sort of is like an approach. It's like atomicized classes, and then you can add a bunch of stuff, and it really simplifies the situation. That's sort of what I do myself. Like I have my own little bootstrap type code that I use all the time that makes my development quicker. And I like having my own classes. I just add a bunch of them if I need to. That is still a little bit annoying. Oxygen was super annoying for me, and this is still a little bit annoying. But I guess that's how that works. I guess this works well for these guys. Wonder if, no, that doesn't work. All right, so there we go. Now, one thing that I do like that is different from Oxygen is that you can have IDs, because Oxygen has its own IDs. It just comes up with unique IDs, and that annoyed me. But here, you can add your own IDs, which is great. I think that is great, okay? Attributes are still here, breakpoints, conditions, animations, they're all here. And it's one thing that helps a lot with UI is if it is based off of an established schema. So if people are already familiar with something, then you can keep reusing that, and the familiarity goes up really quick. That's one of the things that I do not like about Elementor. Divi does that okay. Well, it has a very set structure of how to organize the settings. It is a lot in that one floating box, which is annoying, and it feels sluggish sometimes. But here, I've noticed the last time I was here, these things are organized really well. So I think this is better UI. Although it looks similar, it has better UI in my from my perspective, in my opinion. Anyways, so there we go. All right, so let's add some stuff. All right, let's see what we got here. So there's another thing that I like about this, as opposed to Oxygen, is when I make complex layouts or templates, I have to make it all myself. And then in the end, I style the CSS to make it look like that. But apparently here, it looks like you can do things like this. So it's quicker. It's quicker for a lot of people, and it seems to have more. For people, it will feel like there are more features. Of course, like I said, I don't use any add-ons, so I'm sure a lot of other people have that kind of stuff. Pricing tables, like look at that. That's good. That's good. But let's just add some layout stuff. Now I found that this is adding a bunch of columns if you want to. Now if you go back, you'll see column. So you can add a column. So you get 3 now, right? So you can check, you can see, yeah. Oh, wait. What are we doing? Oh yeah, okay, yeah, save, sure. All right, what we're gonna do, yeah. So we see that. Now one thing that I've noticed, and the thing is, I haven't tried Oxygen 4 because I've seen so many people complain about it. But one thing that I noticed here, and I'm sure Oxygen 4 has fixed it as well, is that things are dragging and dropping so well. Because this was the main thing that annoyed me so much. So yeah, look at that. Everything works so well. You know, like I can move this around so easily. And I think that is just neat. All right, and I found a lot of other cool stuff everywhere. You know, like let's see what we got. There's flip boxes I hate so much, but scrolling image accordion, logo list, like I hate logos, logoless as well. Syntax highlight I might use. Yeah. So yeah, there's a lot of modules here, which I think is great, especially from coming from Oxygen, because all I need is just a front end that's just there, and I need to style it. That's my main thing. I need to style it the way I want, upload the content the way I want. But with Oxygen, I need to build everything myself. Now that can be good. That can also not be good. Here's an example of it being good. All right. Oh, we're still in the header, so I'm just gonna go out. I'm not gonna save this. We'll go to a page. All right. So that's good. We can have the headers. We can have footers. Oh yeah, that's just body content. Yeah, we can have headers, I guess, right? Yeah, like new header. Apply header everywhere. There we go. Right. So yeah, we can do this. So that's good. It's a meerkat. Oh yeah, okay, I'll do that. All right. All right, I'll resave permalinks. Apparently, that's important. Yeah, when you resave permalinks, I always do it twice so it refreshes all the permalinks. Let's see if that helped, all right? Just trying it out. All right, let's see if Breakdance works. All right, I should have, like I keep saying this, I should have paused the video before I even tried load. Oh, okay, it's already there. All right, okay, let's try something. Let's see what we got. Site, we got menu. That is cool. Menu custom drop down button. What else we got? Mobile menu. What kind of mobile menu? Full screen, off canvas, default, desktop menu, links, drop downs, advanced, hide on breakpoint, conditions, animations. Yeah, same thing. So you can expect what you know what to expect in each tab. That's great. All right, so I guess I'm not doing that. All right, let's just cool. Just go out. Let's go to a page. Let's actually build something on the page. So let's go to a page, add new page. Now, as opposed to the demo that Soflyy has shown on their YouTube channel, I have Gutenberg running here, so that's why you can see this here. It's different from what they had, but doesn't matter. It's the same thing. All right, so let's load up the builder and let's try to make a couple of layouts. No, well, oh, by the way, I was going to show you this. So why not? Oh, okay. Edit template. All right, let's go add the content section. Ooh. At least they tell you, you know, as opposed to some builders just not working, you know. So all right, let's add content sections. Can I find it? Yeah, there we go. That must be it. Okay, where is it? Where is it? Is it in dynamic? Comment list, post meta. Oh wow, it's got everything here. Content. Yeah, there we go. Just add that. That's it. Is that what I want? Spacing. All right, let's see if that's fine. What about the width? Oh, that's alignment. Width. Full. Okay. I hope that works, right? Let's go back. Yep. I'll have to learn more about this, but let's see how that works. Okay, so are we back? Yep. Back to the draft. Edit in Breakdance. Hopefully this runs it better now. I can load the builder and I will have a content section to load it into. All right. I must be missing something. I'll just get rid of that template for now because it worked without it. So I'm just going to delete it for now. I won't worry about it. And we can go back to editing this because that's more important right now. Okay. I keep saying this. I should have paused it. Oh, it's quick enough though. So that's good. I'm going to pause this. There's going to be a jump cut. That was a jump for like 2 seconds because right after I clicked that pause button, it just loaded. All right, so here we are. We're going to add some sections. Yep, okay. Color, gradient, video, slideshow. Nice. All right. I don't care much about this. Let's because it's all just settings and colors and stuff. So let's see what we got. Dual heading, Google Maps, SoundCloud. Fancy testimonial. Wow, that does look fancy. All right, so it is very much an Elementor competitor. And I keep saying that I like the UI more because it's better. Let's try this and let's just add some stuff. All right. I think last time I was here I added my favorite thing in the whole world. It was a slider. No, it's not. Oh, I hate sliders so much. All right. Yeah, that slider. Oh, look at that. Look how cool that slider looks. All right. Yeah. All right. Let's leave that in there. And let's go to this column and let's add something else. Maybe, what do we got? Global block, short code. No, now I read that you can actually use PHP in the code block, and that is great. I love that about it. I guess we don't. And they have forms, which I think is also wonderful. Now, it does look closer to what Elementor would do, and normally I would actually just use gravity forms, but this is fine. And another thing that I like about it is also similar to Elementor is that you have actions after submission. So that's useful, right? What else we got? Oh, sorry. Email, store submission. Yep. Honeypot. That's all included. So that's great, you know? It does look similar to how Elementor would do it. This structure section is, of course, like how Oxygen does it. And this is a little different, of course, because Elementors are squares, which is also not very helpful because it takes up useless space that way. This is better because it's easier to read and then you still have the icon. So yeah, like the UI is much, much better here. And let's see if we can add anything else. Do we want to try anything else? We've seen a few things already, right? Let's see what rich text does. Ah, okay. Yep, size, spacing, yep, cool. All right, now I'm going to save this. And what I want to do is, I've done this before, and I'm going to do it again here. I'm going to go to the front end and see how it looks. All right, I'm going to publish this. View page. Now, the reason why I go through the code is because when I'm writing my style sheets, it's very important that the code is written and rendered in an expected way. Like, it needs to be easy to grasp because that speeds up the development much, much more. Because if it has a consistent way of being put together, okay? Now, compare that to, I keep saying this, Elementor. Elementor, if you put it through like site checkers, the content to code ratio is like 1 to 100. Like, it has the worst content to code ratio that I've ever seen, because from the HTML, if you want to zero into the content, like a paragraph, that is like, no lie, like 30 divs deep. Not even a joke. All right, so look at this. That's just it. If you put it inside a section, it's right there. So from HTML You have body, you have section, you have that one section container div, and then you're just there. So if you want to go into the H2, that's 1, 2, 3, 4 layers deep from the HTML. And you don't even have to, nobody even cares about styling or writing or checking things from HTML. You usually check from body or where the section starts. Even Squarespace has better HTML structure than Elementor. And Squarespace is a mess. And here, they've taken what they're using, how they write Oxygen, and it's rendered in the most code efficient way. Like this is just clean, right? And that's just great. So everything is pretty much exactly what you see. There's no extra padding everywhere that makes it a mess. So I think that's great. Okay. And it says section container, essential elements. Now I noticed this and I saw essential elements and I knew that the Breakdance website was also built with Breakdance because you can see right here, essential elements. So that's good. I'm impressed with that. All right, so that's pretty good. So you can add your own classes here and there, and it will show up here. You can add your IDs, and look at this. As opposed to Elementor, as opposed to Oxygen, it doesn't even have the IDs here unless you put it in, which I think is just nice and dandy. All right. Now, one thing that I do miss from Breakdance that is a major thing that I use in keep saying Elementor, from Oxygen, and I'm going over 32 minutes, so I'm going to make this quick. One major thing that I do miss is all right, I'm over here. Yeah, the blog posts. All right, so the blog archive. I think I saw it over here. It's either in dynamic or advanced. Oh, must be here. Yes. All right. So this is what you got. Now, great thing is they actually have query. They actually have a query builder, which is wonderful. It is just great. And you can technically just sort of style things, right? Now, like I said, this is the one thing that I do miss. I've looked around as much as I could, and I could not find the template. Oxygen has a template. You can actually go in there and change the template, the PHP of each card, over there, of each card, and you can make it totally different using your own structure. And you can actually load the CSS, the style sheet for each grid if you wanted to with easy posts. This does not have that. All right. Well, over here, Breakdance does not have easy post. It does not have repeater fields, I guess. That is not the best, but I guess it's not the worst either. I mean, you do have this, you have like 3 layouts, and you can just change that. Oh, whoops, that went up like that. It's not bad. I mean, that's all you need in the end. Like a lot of stuff just looks like that anyways, and I'm gonna be writing CSS anyway, so it really doesn't matter to me at all. But that's one of the things I do miss. Like if I'm gonna be doing anything really fancy, like if I want different color coding for each different category, then I need PHP to do that, and that doesn't necessarily work in Breakdance, but that's not what it's for. And if you want to do that, you got to use Oxygen. So, right now. And I couldn't do that in Divi 3 anyways, so it doesn't really matter. And I just styled everything. So what I think is, so here's like the easiest way to build a website. So this is the conclusion, all right? This is the conclusion. The easiest way to build a website. Let's say you load a theme, load the demo content, change the text, and you call it a day. All right? That's like the basic, easiest level where you do the least amount of any kind of development or worry about anything. Custom themes from top to bottom PHP, writing everything in PHP, JavaScript, and Sass is up there. It takes a long time, and it takes a lot of care to actually get it all to work, right? It's up there. Oxygen, I think, is around there. It's closer to that than, of course, down here. Like the other page builders, like you would use like Elementor, Divi, Beaver, it will be around here. So like the easiest, you have like Elementor, Divi, all that kind of stuff around middle, and Oxygen would be around here. Now this guy, Breakdance, is closer to what Elementor or Divi would do, but I think it is much cleaner in terms of UI and front end code. So for me, having two different tiers of development, one being the quicker, efficient development for budget conscious clients, this actually Breakdance would be the perfect solution for me, because I like how Oxygen is done. I like how Soflyy develops their UI and their whole approach to how everything is rendered. I like the front end code, and I like all the options for the modules as well, and this loads really well. And I don't have to fight bad code, messy code, bloated code. I just put things together and I style it, and that's it. That's done. It is probably the quickest and the most efficient budget conscious way of doing a website. I can then leave sort of mid-tier as Oxygen, and then like the most meticulous, time-consuming way as like custom development, and I have a much better offering that I can have for in terms of my services. So for me, Breakdance is actually a really good viable solution. I don't care about prices. $150 a year is nothing compared to the value that I can get out of it. So that is not an issue. I don't care if there's a lifetime deal or whatever. So what? Like you pay for like 3 years in advance, and then you want like 10 years of development. I don't know. I just pay 10 years if I want 10 years of development. So I really don't care. That's what I do. I pay for ACF yearly, everything. It doesn't really matter. Lifetime deals are good, but it doesn't matter if it's not, because I get way more value out of it than. So for me, I will be waiting for the proper full release of Breakdance, and I am going to be using this. I am pretty confident that I'm going to be using this. I might actually suggest this to people who come from Elementor or Divi, who want to get into Oxygen, but is having trouble because Oxygen feels a little hard to them, because you are exposed to more code in Oxygen than Elementor or Divi. So I would suggest this as a good gateway into getting into either Oxygen, or even just having a better lightweight website without learning Oxygen. So there you go. I think this is great. I'm looking forward to the updates, and I will be very interested. Okay, so there you have it. That's what I think about it. It gives me a good extra option in my offerings, and I think Breakdance is off to a great start. Okay, it's a different product from Oxygen, so Breakdance is great. Okay, all right. See you around. Subscribe if you're more interested in learning other stuff like Sass or making your custom themes. Check out my courses. I have a lot of stuff. I'm also going to be offering payment plans soon, so keep an eye out for that. And I'll see you around. Bye.